Some drugs are more expensive than they ever have been. The reason is that a lot of drugs now are treating things that had never been previously treated, curing diseases that didn't have a cure, and drug makers are charging a lot of money for those products. At the same time, insurance design in some cases is getting less generous, meaning that people are paying hundreds or thousands of dollars for their deductibles or paying significant percentages of the cost of drugs even though they're insured, not to mention the millions of Americans who still don't have insurance. All of that has combined to really put a lot of pressure on Congress to do something about the rising cost of drugs. Remember the pharma bro, Martin Shkreli? Some of this goes back to 2015 when he infamously raised the price of a rare disease treatment by 5,000%. There was a lot of outrage at that time, and that's really what's spurred the current discourse on the drug price debate. It got a renewed push from President Donald Trump.
The drug lobby is making an absolute fortune at the expense of American consumers.
He accused pharmaceutical manufacturers of getting away with murder and has really made this a high priority for his administration. In the Senate, Finance Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley and Ranking Member Ron Wyden, a Democrat, are trying to push forward with a bill that would impose penalties on drug makers who raise the prices of their drugs faster than inflation. That policy has proven to be controversial with a lot of Senate Republicans, so it's unclear whether or not they'll be able to move forward with it. However, it has a big backer in President Donald Trump. The bill would also do some things that are popular on a bipartisan basis, such as restricting the amount that seniors in Medicare's prescription drug benefit have to pay for drugs and making it easier for states, through their Medicaid programs, to pay for the most expensive drugs. However, on the House side, Democrats are trying to take a much more aggressive approach. They've been working on a bill that would give Medicare the power to negotiate the price of drugs and would impose an upper limit on those prices by pegging them to the lower prices paid in other wealthy countries around the world. Republicans and President Trump don't like this approach, which they criticize as bureaucratic price controls, and they also don't like punitive taxes that the bill would impose for drug companies who don't comply. Right now, it's unclear how lawmakers are going to reach a compromise with the White House on any of these proposals. The Senate proposal is bipartisan and seems to have the greatest odds of being enacted. However, Senate Republicans still have a lot of reservations about the bill, so President Trump is going to cheerlead as hard as possible to get that bill signed into law. The Senate won't take up the House Democrats' bill, and President Trump has already written it off. So it will be up to House Democrats to decide whether to accept the Senate compromise. Everybody wants to bring down costs for seniors in Medicare. Everybody wants to bring more competition into the drug pricing ecosystem. So there are a lot of bipartisan fixes that could be accomplished by the 116th Congress. It just remains to be seen whether all the partisan tensions we've been seeing in Washington lately will get in the way.